Hi, my name is called Beer and... Oh, someone is calling me. Totally not fake calling me. Hello? Oh, yeah, it's me. Who's that? Sea? Oh, okay. Let's start with Call of the Sea.
A wonderful game for puzzle lovers when you unlock the secrets in the Hunt of Missing Expedition. It is the year 1934. In the far reaches of South Pacific, you play as Nora, who has crossed the ocean following the trail of her missing husband's expedition and finds herself in a lush island paradise, a nameless forgotten place dotted with the remnants of lost civilization. What strange mysteries does it hold? And what might Nora dig up in her quest for the truth? Maybe a better recipe for potato salad? Nah, I doubt it. People are talking that Call of the Sea has very interesting story and the visuals are stunning. On Steam it has about 90% of positive reviews, and that is definitely enough for you to dive in this first-person story-rich adventure. Find your husband, my hero. Find him alive. Blair Witch. I never played the game myself because I expected it to be very scary, so I watched the entire playthrough on YouTube. I really love watching horror games being played by people with way bigger balls than I have. So what can I say? Blair Witch is not a very scary game. It is dark and psychologically challenging, but the level of horror isn't very high. I could probably play it without much struggle. The game itself is quite linear, so don't expect much action. All you'll do here is hold the W key, sometimes relaxed and sometimes you will press way harder, depending on the situation of course. So basically it is a walking simulator with menacing and beautiful visuals. Anyway, the story starts in 1996. A young boy disappears in the forest, and you, a former police officer with a troubled past, join the search. What starts as an ordinary investigation soon turns into an endless nightmare as you confront your fears and the Blair Witch herself, a mysterious force that haunts the woods. Creepy but very fun. Thief Simulator 2. It is time for you to become a thief. Steal from the rich, commit some burglaries, live the life of your dreams. No matter what others say, always keep in mind that every profession is honorable. Also, before committing to crime full-time, you can also try this game. People are saying that it will seriously teach you a thing or two. Although keep in mind that a thief's trade is not just an easy jog in the park. In order to get some practice, you will start with petty theft. This is how you'll gain the experience required to access more and more risky and most importantly more profitable jobs. You will gain levels, unlock new opportunities and get new useful tools. You know, every modern thief must have modern tools from AliExpress. As developers say, it's not only a crowbar and binoculars, but also an advanced equipment that becomes available as you progress, such as a laptop for hacking through security systems. I never knew that special laptops for hacking existed, but well, who am I to disagree? People on Steam are saying that this game will tickle your adrenal glands, so maybe don't drink too much coffee before playing. Airborne Kingdom. This is a sky city builder where you grow a unique town among the clouds, build housing, satisfy needs and grow your clan. Maintain lift, balance weight and be careful not to run low on fuel while you fly it across a wide open landscape which changes with every playthrough. So as you can imagine, this is mostly a management game that will take all your attention. You will search for resources, find lost technologies and discover the fate of the ancients. Well, honestly, nothing good ever happens when someone has to use the word fate in your description. You know, for example,
the fate of that boy
will never mean that he achieved greatness. More likely he was eaten by a shark, or
the fate of that country.
Yeah, probably bombed by nuclear devices rather than achieved prosperous democracy and wealth. So the fate of the ancients, you know, expect that the worst happened to them. Not necessary though, but very likely. Anyway, here while discovering everything, at the same time gain allegiance with the ground kingdoms and help them find artifacts, construct monuments and build trade routes. Your guidance can propel an era of harmony. But knowing you will probably crash into some thriving city and kill thousands of innocent people instead. Yeah. Sable. Here you'll embark on a unique and unforgettable journey and guide Sable through her gliding, which is a rite of passage that will take you across vast deserts and mesmerizing landscapes capped with the remains of spaceships and ancient wonders. You'll explore the dunes on your hoverbike, scale monumental ruins and encounter other nomads as you unearth mysteries long forgotten and discover what you're hiding behind your mask. The game is single player only and you can already see that it is a work of art. There is a lot in this world just waiting to be discovered and explored. explored. People on Steam are talking that the game is a little bit similar to the Breath of the Wild. The world is open and the amount of quests here won't let you get bored. Hidden Deep. This is an atmospheric sci-fi action game heavily inspired by Aliens, The Thing, and even Half-Life. You will explore, climb, swim, scan, blast, and shoot your way through dangerous missions in a huge sub-oceanic mining and research facility. And you will meet many new friends here as well. They are so happy to meet you that they want to eat you. Yeah, I rhymed that on purpose. I am a poet. Look, there's more.
Roses are red, violets are blue. You spend all your money on games.
Anyway, you can play this game alone or in co-op mode with friends or your mother-in-law, but keep in mind that the game is in early access. If you buy it now and play it now, you can't legally complain about any issues and still look smart. So be careful and read the comments on Steam, you never know. Dandy Ace. So Dandy Ace is a fast-paced roguelike experience hugely inspired by Hades, but not blindly copying it. Here you'll become a fabulous magician seeking to combine and use your magical cards while fighting and looting your way to defeat the green-eyed illusionist who has imprisoned you in a cursed mirror.
Ooh.
While battling your way through this ever-changing place, combine different cards with more than 1,000 possibilities, each with their own playstyles and powers. People on Steam are saying that the game is quite difficult, but has great visuals and the gameplay itself is very entertaining. Dandy Ace has a very positive review score on Steam, so it may be the game you are looking for. Red Dead Redemption 2. Here you are, an outlaw on the run, with federal agents and the best bounty hunters in the nation massing on your heels. You and your gang must rob, steal and fight your way across the heartland of America in order to survive. Well, the main story is all about that, but honestly all you will do here is free ride your horse all over the map, do casual quests for the NPCs you encounter, and will be occasionally killed by a bear. There is an urban myth that if you stay completely still in the game, the bear will leave you alone. I never tested that. I usually panic, shoot the bear to the leg or a butt, and, you know, then I die. This game is serious, but it doesn't take itself too seriously. It's full of really funny unexpected events and situations. On the other hand, the story is decent and some of your actions have serious consequences. Like, you know, shooting a bear to a butt will have consequences of your death. Main story will take about 50 hours from your boring life, and all the online content can take 10 times more. You know, those are the same creators as of GTA games. They really know how to pin your attention for a long time, so be sure you have it. Far Lone Sails. This is a vehicle adventure game where you travel across a dried-out ocean following the tracks of a once-thriving civilization. Through an array of roadblocks and hazardous weather, you need to keep your vessel going. While doing that, a lot of questions are circling in your mind. Where will this journey take you? Are you the last of your kind? What happened to the ocean? Will you taste potato salad ever again? Will they finally make another Edge of Tomorrow movie? Can we, with the help of AI, make more Firefly series in the future? And why, when you drink 1 liter of beer, you piss out 2 liters of piss? I guess if you crack the latter, the Nobel Prize would be yours without competition. So it's only you, your machine, and the big nothing. Far is an art from the big A. True fart, if I may say, but in a good sense. Warhammer 40k Boltgun. Here, without any hesitation, load up your gun and plunge into battle. You'll experience a perfect blend of Warhammer FPS gameplay and the stylish visuals of your favorite 90s retro shooters. You will play a battle-hardened Space Marine on a perilous mission across the galaxy as you fight against the Chaos Space Marines and demons. This boomer shooter style, well known from the games like Classic Doom, Duke Nukem or Heretic, is a real treat for older dudes like me, and also for a younger generation who wants to experience glory and feel like a true combat god, or goddess, or something in between. Whatever you are, you will rock this. People on Steam are saying that the game doesn't offer a lot of replayability, but the level of entertainment it provides is massive. Although, not as massive as your mama. Amnesia, The Bunker. If you played Alien Isolation, then you know the drill here. There is a monster and it's chasing you. The Bunker is a way smaller game than Alien Isolation, but it dwells on the same idea of an elusive monster inhabiting the same place as you. And if in Alien Isolation you found yourself in a giant space station, here you are trapped in a cramped underground tunnel net under the battlefield of the First World War. Don't forget that creators of Amnesia frictional games were the pioneers of horror games without weapons. Remember Penumbra? Yeah, that was a gem. So I have no doubt that developers of Alien Isolation took inspiration from the Frictional games while creating their weaponless Xenomorph game. And now Frictional games took inspiration from Alien Isolation's monster. The circle has closed. The game is really fun, although after seeing the monster a few times, it becomes less scary. So it becomes really playable by various pussies like us. It's a wonderful survival game, and if you like the concept, you are up for a treat. Serial Cleaner. Have you ever wanted to clean a crime scene? Yeah, I thought so, I'm not so eager as well. But this game lets us dive into this grim and, by the way, very well-paid job. Maybe after playing you will reconsider your career choices. By the way, it's not some official job. Oh no, you work for the Mafia and clean crime scenes for them. See, I said that this job is well-paid. A good cleaner never gets caught, so you have to make sure you get in, clean up, and get out without leaving a trace of evidence for the police to find. Game features a funky 70s-inspired soundtrack, real-world data to modify levels according to the current time of day in your whereabouts, full story campaign, and even challenge modes. People on Steam are saying that this is simple and chill game with very unique style, although be prepared to rage a little when you will get caught right before finishing the mission. Forza Horizon 4. The game will be delisted from Steam on December 15th, and not only from Steam, from all other stores as well. That is due to licensing and agreements with various brands and partners. You know, to use the original car models, you have to buy licenses, and those in this instance are limited in time. Of course, they could rebuy everything, but Forza Horizon 4 will never be as profitable as before. It is an older game after all. Anyway, if you buy it, you can play it after delisting as well, so last chance to obtain it. You know, it has around 90% of positive reviews on Steam, and it is one of the most loved games by racing fans in general. Here you can collect over 450 cars, race, do stunts, create and participate in open-ended campaign. Also, dynamic seasons change everything. Go at it alone or team up with others and explore beautiful and historic Britain in a shared open world, meaning that you can play this game alone or participate in online player versus player races and so on. I'm not a big fan of racing games, but I'm tempted to get this one as well. Call of Juarez, Gunslinger. This one and other games of the franchise are probably the most popular and well-known first-person shooters set in a Wild West. Here you will play as the best gunslinger West ever saw and blur the lines between man and myth. This adventure made of memorable encounters will unveil the untold truth behind some of the greatest legends of the Old West. Anyway, with a gun holster tied to your leg, become a ruthless bounty hunter on a journey made of all-out gun battles. Master the art of blasting pistols, shooting rifles, and dodging bullets.
Metaphorically, right?
No, it's exactly like in The Matrix. You can slow time and actually dodge bullets. How cool is that? Also, I really like the narration part of the game. It is trying to hold your attention even when nothing is happening. Let's say you climb the ladder, but at the same time you are listening to the story, and that is really cool. People are comparing the style with an action RPG game Bastion, which also has the narration implemented. This is a really great invention, and I wish that more games had something like that. Well, with the ability to turn it off, of course. Killer Frequency. The year is 1987, and you will step into the shoes of a late-night radio talk show host. New in town and fallen from grace. The chief of police is dead, so the townsfolk turn to you for help, as apparently you are the only person in town who can run a phone line. The genre here is horror, but with dark humor elements. You will have to solve puzzles to save callers from being hunted down by a mysterious killer, or maybe there are more than one, you don't know. Every call you get here is life and death, and you with your wits and smarts will have to save the inhabitants of Gallows Creek. Well, at least you will try and probably fail. You know, the protagonist is as smart as you are. That's okay, you can try again. You will use branching dialogues to interact with a variety of eccentric small-town personalities, including potential victims and suspects. Explore your surroundings, gather clues, make decisions, solve satisfying riddles, and try to help each of your callers to survive the night. People who play the game are saying that the game is very addictive and fun. It has a very high review score, and there are not a lot of games like that in general, so it's really cool and original title. Slay the Spire. More than 100,000 players are recommending this game for you, and so do I. Slay the Spire is a fuse of card games and roguelike titles. Here you can craft a unique deck, encounter bizarre creatures, and discover relics of immense power while trying to climb up the ladder. Game features a dynamic deck building, so assemble your deck wisely. Discover hundreds of cards to add to your deck with each attempt at climbing the spire. Select cards that work together to efficiently dispatch foes and reach the top. People on Steam are talking that Slay the Spire is really addictive, and yeah, I'm seeing a lot of hours played in the comment section. 200 is quite a casual number here, so another game that will keep your virginity safe and sound for a long time. Lisa. Title is very well rated on various platforms. For example, on Steam it has above 90% of positive reviews, and that should lock your attention in. Also, I must stress that the game is for adults, and it was hard for me just to show it for you without being demonetized. Anyway, this, as developers say, is a hilarious RPG of your wildest nightmares. Here you will undertake a relentless journey through a post-apocalyptic wasteland. Beneath its charming exterior is a world full of disgust and moral desolation, where you will learn what kind of person you truly are. You know, by being forced to make choices that permanently affect the gameplay. You will make sacrifices to keep your party members alive, whether it's taking a beating for them, losing limbs, or some other inhuman things. In this world you will learn that being selfish and heartless is the only way to survive. You know, just like in real life, don't act like you are a saint. Some people are saying that it is hard to get into the game right away, so there are a fair amount of players who love the game only from second or even a third try. So don't give up. Chivalry 2. When years ago I tried the first part of the game, I liked it so much that I played it for several hours non-stop. I had great internet, so anyone with slower connection died from my swings like bleeding pigs just because of the lag in their pathetic homes. I felt like a combat god, but that only lasted until some averagely talented players with good internet speed connected to my server, and, you know, I started to die a lot. That I didn't like. I have a similar story with Chivalry 2, but somehow this part was easier for me to learn, and I had tons of fun. So here you'll try to dominate massive 64-player battlefields. Catapults tear the earth apart as you lay siege to castles, set fire to villages, and slaughter filthy peasants in the glory of team objective maps. Also, a fully featured mounted combat system will make you feel like a true knight, and that includes the ability to trample your foes, land devastating front and rear horse kicks, unhorse your opponent with a lance, and engage in a deep melee combat with grounded or mounted opponents. The game has a very positive review score left by tens of thousands of players, so I think it's safe for you to give it a try. Monster Sanctuary. Some time ago something happened and platformer games started to develop deepness. Monster Sanctuary is one of those examples when you put a huge interesting game into a 2D side-scrolling setting. Basically it's sort of a Pokemon game where you collect various monsters and use them for your own interest and pleasure. They do all the hard work for you and you gain all the benefits, so they are basically your slaves and have no free will of their own. They have to serve their master overlord and never think about returning to nature ever again, because once you enslave them, that's it, they are bound to your will. And somehow here, you are still a good guy. Tribes of Midgard. This is a cooperative survival game in which you must resist the oncoming invasion of giants during Ragnarok, latter meaning the end of the world in Viking language. Here you will need to explore the wilderness, craft new weapons, and be prepared to defend the sacred center of your village from the grim shadows. All the while the giant of Jotunheim stalks closer to your village, seeking to destroy Midgard, and fulfill the prophecy. Basically, this is a Norse mythology game where you can gather a group of up to 10 people and try to survive in a procedurally generated world. The longer you and your tribe survive, the greater will be the rewards. Maybe this time your potato salad will have actual potatoes in it, you never know. Rewards here are great. And now thank you for watching, have a nice day, and I'll see you next time.